We are here tonight to give you all the things you didn't ask for. Welcome to Bat Signals from the Multiverse, a Facebook and YouTube live podcast shining a light across Gotham, Marvel, and the infinite chaos of comics, movies, and pop culture. Each week, we fire up the signal to talk comic reviews, movie breakdowns, passionate debates, ridiculous games, and the occasional crossover that no one asked for, but you're going to get anyway. And if you miss us live, you can catch the show later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your audio fix. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Buchanan, and I can't do this episode or any episode without my tag team partner. Yes, that is right, the unverified twin of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the eyebrows. The unverified twin of Dave Batista in the head wrinkles. The unverified twin of Tony Todd in the right earlobe. And yes, the unverified twin of Shamar Moore in the nipples. We are the reigning podcast tag team champions of the Multiverse.
Yes, sir.
This is Bat Signals from the Multiverse. Brian, let's go ahead and get into it. What is up?
Well, first off, if you didn't know, now you know. And Bradley, it is great to be back with you, brother. How's it going?
You know, it's been pretty good. I was in Texas for a little while just doing the things.
All right, man. Well, I'm so glad to get us back into it. And as Bradley said, my name is Brian S. Dennis. With this week, the S stands for Kirk, and we'll talk about that more as we go. All right. So, my friend, let's lead it off. Let's get to the damn thing, sir.
I love it, man. Okay, so tonight we're gonna talk our favorites. We got some wrestling stuff we gotta get off our chest. We got some topic of the week that I think you're gonna love, and we're gonna go probably where no podcast has gone before, or many podcasts have gone before.
Yeah. So I actually saw this. I meant to send this to you. I just ran into one of my social media streams, but it was talking about Star Trek. And if you know Star Trek, kind of what you alluded to, since the show in the 60s, so much of that tagline has been boldly going. Well, first it was where no man has gone before, and now it is where no one has gone before. But this person that was commenting on it goes, you know, why that's always been the Star Trek thing. Like, they always are going where supposedly no one has gone before, but there's always someone there. Like, they've never actually gone where no one is there. So, so there's the idea of, wait a minute. So it's like epic fail, like boldly going where no one has gone before, but there's always somebody there. So, you know, how does that work? So,
you know, I never really thought of it that way, but you're right.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be getting into some of that here. Well, you know what? Why don't you lead off, man, with what are your signals of the week?
Okay. So, talking about signals of the week, we're going to talk about some of our favorites that we've been going through. So, here we go. And so, wow, this is a movie I saw a while back. I actually rewatched it because it's dropped in streaming this week. So, my movie of the week is actually going to be Tron Ares. I really, really, really like Tron Ares. For anyone that is not a big fan of the Tron series, just hasn't watched the Tron series, you should really give this one a good shot. It's a kind of a new version of it in a world where actually machines are listening and talking to us. It was great that it did that. I personally like this movie. It got some mixed reviews, but no one goes to a Tron movie, even going way back in the 80s, the original with Jeff Bridges. No one goes to Tron movies for the greater overarching acting style. It's for really cool special effects, and we want to see the bikes, and they gave us that in abundance with Tron Ares. When I look at some other favorites, there's such good stuff on television right now. So out of the streaming services, we've got the continuation of the season 2 of Percy Jackson, season 2 of Fallout, which I don't know if you're watching the season 2 of Fallout. It is so good. And then season 2 of The Pit has started, and The Pit doesn't miss. I actually, over the last couple of weeks, got caught up on Landman. Taylor Sheridan, how this man is a national treasure. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think Landman may be my favorite series that he's done.
Same.
I was thinking it probably was going to be Bass Reeves, but that's also based on one season. But you know, after a while, Yellowstone kind of thought we're a little thin. I am excited for Marshals though. I thought the prequel shows were really good, but truthfully, Lioness was fantastic. But I really think Landman, because let's just start here. Billy Bob Thornton as Tommy is a flawed, broken, alcoholic, quasi-racist, sexist, just
good old boy,
human, good old boy, and you root for him
and his family.
And his family. Like, it would have been so easy to make the Allie Larder character. By the way, she Varsity Blues forward. Good job, Allie Larder. And I love the fact he uses so many of the same people. So you probably already noticed, but the daughter in Landman was the narrator who dies during Yellowstone, and also and narrates the prequel series for prequel series for not Yellowstone, but narrates the prequel of Yellowstone, but dies in 1888 or something. Anyway,
something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, but and adding Sam Elliott, like. The gentleman who's also in Lioness and I think may have been in 1888 or 1883 who plays the geologist who lives in the house with them. Demi Moore's character has grown in the second series, and it's spoiler alert for anyone who's not watched it. So I'm gonna pause. Spoiler for anyone who's not watched it. How good did they handle John Hamm's character in season 1?
Fantastic, man.
And even you knew it was coming. Like after the second third episode, this was going right. Yeah, they still handled it perfectly, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. Jerry Jones is fantastic in his one scene, but he is so good. I'm like, who knew Jerry Jones could act? So he also was playing himself. But a couple
that usually helps.
That does help. But a couple other series that I'm watching. I don't know if you've seen the new show on Fox called Best Medicine. Really good show. And kind of at sometimes it gives you some Scrub vibes, give you some very light vibes of House. It's just a very great, just a really good kind of quirky show. It would have been one of those shows you would have been perfect in like the early 90s that it happened in some little town and everybody's kind of weird and quirky, kind of like picket fences or noise exposure. And then this is what I want to get your feedback on. I have been watching Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Have you been watching it, sir?
I watched episode 1 this morning.
Okay.
And I haven't had a chance to watch episode 2 yet.
Okay.
I like it a lot. It's different. I do. Man, I don't know. I want to. I do. It's missing something for me, but I don't know what it's missing yet. Yeah. I'm not necessarily bought into all the characters, but it definitely feels Star Trek.
It feels Star Trek. And this is what they did, I think, to really good effect with Deep Space Nine is the characters, the races, the species that they introduced in the Next Generation. They did the Next Generation expanded upon a lot of the species, characters, and worlds they're interested in the original series. DS9 did that with that from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and then they did a lot, and they've done that with Starfleet Academy. I love the fact you have a character that is a Jem'Hadar Klingon offspring. Yeah, I'm like, there's two. They've got the Klingon who's an actual pacifist who wants to be a doctor, but then Cadet Major, one of her parents is a Klingon, the other parent is a Jem'Hadar. I was thinking, like, how did that happen? Like, how did that tender hookup occur?
You know what? I could just see there's going to be an app next week or like Star Trek Species Maker.
Yes, and they've done the thing with the photonics or the hologram. I don't want to spoil this for you. I watched episode 2 earlier today as well. That one to me also showed there's something missing, and I think what it is we've not gotten the big bad, right? So what we got in the Next Generation was eventually the Borg. What we got in Deep Space Nine eventually was the Dominion. So we got to see what we're eventually going to get here. Paul Giamatti was excellent in the first episode, but I don't think that's going to be the ongoing villain. So we need some, maybe when they get more into what the burn is, which they still haven't told us really, I think that'll help. But you looking to your side, do we have a cameo?
We have a cameo. Leia, want to say hi? Go ahead.
I gotta close my apple juice.
Close that apple juice.
Take that apple juice, Dad. Take a swig, sir.
Why are you grabbing it with your feet?
Talk to Brian.
Hello.
Hey, Princess Leia, how are you?
I'm good.
What's been going on?
We went to a rodeo, and we also went to Six the Musical. My shirt.
I saw you went to Six the Musical. How was it?
So good.
Was it so good? Have you seen Hamilton?
I've heard of it, and
You've not watched it.
Okay. But I've not seen Hamilton.
Okay, watch that on Disney Plus. So watch that on. It's about Alexander Hamilton. Watch that on Disney Plus, and just tell me. I haven't seen 6 yet. I want to see 6. I just want to. I've heard there's some maybe similarities between the two. Just want to see which one you like better. But and then tell me about the rodeo.
That was really fun. We left like a little bit more than halfway through.
Okay.
Because we just wanted to see the horse, like the what is it? Getting off a horse riding.
Yeah, the bull riding and the horse.
The bull riding and the horse riding, and how people would fall off and stuff.
Gotcha.
There were only like 10 people who did the bull riding one, if that. And like only 3 actually made it. Which I get, because that seems really
That also is hard to do. That is hard to do. So that's awesome.
There was only one person that fell off a horse.
Oh darn. So I like watching them fall, but I'm just that type of person. So.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Watching them fall.
All right, cool. All right, well let me and your pops get back to this. Can I get a bye-bye?
Look at my shirt.
I saw your shirt. Aragorn, Bolin. I can't read the rest of them because it's a little fuzzy. Yes.
And then it's read all them.
Argon, Bolin, Seymour, Cleves, Howard, Park.
It's all their last names. And then Mother got one that says sorry, not sorry. And Anna got one of all their silhouettes.
Nice. So is her first name Jane?
Yes.
Is she a medicine woman?
No.
Okay. Your dad will think that's funny. All right. So I'll just tell it to your dad when I get back on. All right. I love seeing the shirt. I'm so glad you enjoyed 6, and we will talk soon. But let's get back to it. Get a bye-bye?
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, princess. Wait, hold up. Did she say kinda created her?
Yeah.
I mean, she's at an age that she needs to understand that you and her mom definitely created her. So, yeah, you might need to talk to your wife about that. Like, can we clarify? Yeah. It might be a Dominic Mysterio situation happening here.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah. Do we know what Eddie Guerrero was? I think he has passed on before she was born, but
when did he die?
Well, how old is Leia? How old's Leia?
She is 13.
Oh yeah, he's definitely been gone longer than that, I believe.
Yep.
So with that being said, I pointed this out to her, which she did not find it funny at all. I asked, was one of Henry's wives, the one that was named Seymour, was her first name Jane? She goes, yeah. I'm like, so was she a medicine woman? And
he didn't get it.
Nothing. Not a thing.
No,
okay.
No.
Yeah. All right, brother. But no.
She's really into historical things right now, but yeah.
Very cool. So for you, how was 6 and how was the rodeo?
I thought I was gonna like the rodeo more than I did.
Okay.
Because I'm glad I went. It was a good time.
Okay.
But we really weren't there very long because apparently 90% of the rodeo isn't rodeoing.
Oh really? What?
Yeah,
what is it?
They had gymnastics on horses and stuff. I don't know. It was just we left after about an hour.
Okay.
And so it was fun. 6, the musical, fantastic. It was the first time I've ever been to something like that here in Des Moines.
Okay.
And it was so good. So.
All right. Nice one.
I definitely want to go back. Like when some of the bigger stuff comes to Des Moines, I'm definitely gonna go.
Yeah. I went and saw Hamilton when it was here. I think probably 3 years ago. That was great.
We tried to get tickets to that.
Yeah,
they went very
They go
fast.
very quickly. Years ago, I saw The Color Purple. Doc Severinsen back in the day actually had a event here, and I was going, okay, and I actually went with a friend from work that hit the person who was gonna go, kind of fell through, and like, you mind going? Like, oh, it's a free ticket. I was shocked. I'm like, wait, what? What is this? Doc Severinsen is, and it was like real. Like, I mean, he's a conductor of an orchestra, but they did a lot of like current poppy songs that they did some play with. I was like, what the hell? Here's Johnny guy, and for a lot of others, they have no idea who Doc Severinsen is. Google him. I was like, what is this? So no, that was very cool. That was very cool, sir. All right, my friend. Okay, so those are my things I was really digging. What about yourself?
Man, I got to talk some comics here, but I read Night Fight 2. Night Fight is Bruce. It's along the lines of the DCKO. I don't know if you're following along or whatever, but DCKO is pretty much DC heroes and villains are put in a situation where one of them, they have to fight till one of them is standing and becomes the Omega King so they can save the world.
Okay.
So there's these tournament brackets and whatnot.
So is Dana White or Triple H involved in this?
Should be. But I mean, they're bringing Sub-Zero into it.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty cool. I'll probably get that comic. But Night Fight, Batman got taken out right away.
Okay.
I mean, obviously that's a red herring. You know, whatever.
Yeah, but who takes out Batman? Who takes
Joker?
Out Batman? Yeah, that's a red herring. Absolutely.
Yep. And so Batman, but where he goes to is the city where all his Robins are Batmen. And,
right.
And so so Dick Grayson set up the Robin Academies all throughout the world where anybody can become a Robin. And which is super, super cool. Well, anyway, Bruce is freaking nuts, so crazy. So they're all fighting this Bruce Wayne in it, which is it's really cool. It's awesome. Won't get too far into it. Also, in DCKO, they had a Red Hood versus the Joker.
Okay.
And like the rules for these fights is it's 3 rounds, but like you get to pick, like one gets to pick the arena. Like so the Joker went to like the Killing Joke area. So we got and Jason Todd had this really, really cool line in the book where he was talking about he lost his life because he didn't want to fail Bruce Wayne. Because he was holding back. Well, now he's not going to hold back.
Yeah, like this gonna be all right, Joker. This is not gonna be the same. This is
exactly. So
you're not fighting Robin, you're fighting Red Hood. So yeah.
And then so right now where they're at in the tournament, there's semifinals. So there's 8 people left. Right now you have Superman versus Guy. Okay, I'm gonna read these off to you, and then I'm gonna let you guess who's gonna make it to the finals.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Superman versus Guy Gardner. Who do you think's gonna win that?
Oh, Sue.
Yep. Aquaman versus Lex.
Lex. I trust his brain.
Yeah, because then you're gonna get a Lex versus Superman.
Yep.
Wonder Woman versus Cyborg.
Ooh. My heart wants to say Cyborg, but I'm thinking probably Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. And then last this is going to spoil the Red Hood versus the Joker. The Joker versus Zatanna.
Joker, right? Yeah.
Right. So so you'll have Superman versus Lex. Who do you think's going to win?
Oh. I'm going to go Lex. I think that's if I was writing the book, I would want to swerve a little bit.
Okay.
But somehow Lex defeats him. Okay.
All right, and then it's going to be Wonder Woman versus the Joker.
Wonder Woman.
So you were going to then the final will be Lex Luthor versus Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Cuz I think
it might be funny though to have be Lex versus the Joker. You got the 2 villains, and in that one, Lex would become the superhero, the baby face. This is wrestling, because Joker, given how insane he is, he really wouldn't want to save the universe, right?
Yeah.
Versus Lex, self-preservation. And they played on that when they faced off in the comics a few times, but that's the primary difference. Where they both are quote unquote villains. Lex wants to rule over the world, humanity. Joker, to steal a line from Dark Knight, just wants to watch the world burn. And it's okay. Yeah. So yeah. But I do think given those brackets, I'm probably gonna be wrong. I got it as Lex versus Wonder Woman, which again, if I was writing it, I'm going with Lex winning.
Yeah. That would be interesting. I think it'll be Superman versus the Joker, and then maybe we'll get like the whole Injustice thing, you know. But I think Superman is going to win the tournament. The only other book I read was...
And then, of course, shocking who's going to come out of the shadows at the very
Batman.
end. Yes.
Yeah. Or the Joker's going to defeat Superman, and then Batman's going to come and save the day.
Yep.
Also, have you ever read Power Fantasy? It is... I
don't think so.
Volume 1, you need to get it. It is it's one of the best things I've read in a long time.
Okay.
It's this different kind of take on the superhero genre.
Okay.
That it's well read. I mean, like there's 3 volumes out, and I only got volume 1. I'm probably gonna order volume 2 and 3 here pretty soon because it was so good. But yeah. Other than that,
this is a Power Fantasy Volume 1, The Superpowers, correct?
Yes. It looks like this.
Yes. Okay, we're in the same book. All right, cool.
Yes, it's one of the best things I've read in a while. Some TV that I'm watching, man. So you know me and my trashy reality shows that I love so much.
I do.
Dude, Traitors is back.
Okay.
Now I know you suffered through some Traitors last season, and I know you did it just for your tag team partner.
Hey, I was here with you. Let it never be said I don't suffer for you, brother. Yes, sir.
And Beast Academy, or not Beast Academy, but Beast Games. I've been watching some Beast Games. So
I watched the first season. I haven't watched the second, but the first season I really like. I really like the first season.
Yeah, season 2 is great so far. So, that's what I'm watching.
I just ordered it. I'm gonna have it Tuesday, so I will have volume. So next pod we can walk through it. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Sweet.
All right, man. Let's I think it's time for Brian's Want Wrestle.
Yes, sir. You want to wrestle? So what we're gonna do is we give a really quick WWE state of WWE recap. Sometimes we go through the premium live events. Used to be called pay-per-views. Sometimes we go deep dive into either Raw or SmackDown, maybe something happened in the real world of an unreal world. But this week, what I wanted to talk about is we've had over the past 2 weeks quite a few title changes and updates. So I'm just going to go through and ask Bradley who does he think will be most likely the person to unseat these current champions. So over the past 2 weeks, we've had 3 championships change hands. So with that being said, so first off, the women's tag team titles. So they are now held by the team that goes by the name Rio, which is Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. So Bradley, who do you think would be most likely to defeat Rhea Ripley and Io Sky for the women's tag team titles?
Well, I think it's going to go back to Kabuki Warriors.
Okay.
However, because I don't, for some reason, they don't want to let that storyline end between those 4.
No, they don't. Yeah.
And I would like to see what kind of, like, I want to see Judgment Day and Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, but I think they're starting to set up the singles run for Charlotte and Alexa again.
I agree. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, unless a new women's tag team can come out.
Sure.
Maybe. Well, is Nia and Lash in line? I mean, I could.
Nia and Lash, because they the most recent SmackDown, they had basically the most prominent women's tag team other than Nia and Lash involved in a triple, but Nia and Lash were present. So they're definitely keeping them visible. They also, since you mentioned Judgment Day, they've done some refiguring of the Judgment Day, where now the Judgment Day women's tag team looks like it's gonna be Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
With they're really pushing Raquel Rodriguez as a singles, which so
yeah.
that also changes it. And they really did a good job of pointing out. Liv points out because she was injured, she never lost the women's tag team title. So I gotta admit, I do enjoy that the premise of Liv and Roxanne immensely. So yes, yes. All right.
They are a fantastic team.
That whole group is really good. I didn't look to see how long Dom was going to be out. I think maybe it's not for a really long time. JD McDonough had surgery, but it's like he'll be back fairly soon. And the fact they've not pulled away Dom's titles, which I'm assuming they're hoping that he will be back to defend those at, maybe not at the Rumble, which is 2 weeks from yesterday as we're recording, but hopefully very soon with that as well. All right, so next up, the women's Intercontinental title went back to Becky Lynch. She defeated Maxine Dupree. There already is going to be a rematch between Becky and Maxine, but what is your thought? Who do you see beating Becky for the women's Intercontinental title?
Okay, now this is I want Sol Roca to I think this is how she steps into the plate. Sol Roca would be an amazing, because she's just fantastic.
She is.
I think, man, I wouldn't mind seeing Maxine get it back, but I think that Maxine proved what she needed to prove.
Yep.
And I don't know. I think Becky is due for some time off.
It wouldn't shock me with that, and maybe even get some time off in time with Seth healing up from surgery as well, and what it looks like going into WrestleMania season. And then lastly, and I thought about this, so a couple of weeks as we were recording, we were going into a week where CM Punk was going to wrestle Braun Breaker, and they were moving to Cody versus Drew. And I think we both said it was far more likely for CM Punk to lose his title because Cody's not going to lose to Drew. He hadn't lost to Drew. They set this thing up. Cody retained, CM Punk not only beat Braun Breaker clean. I go, they got Cody. I'm like, Cody's going to lose it so soon. Cody's going to make it WrestleMania. That is not what happened. The 3 stages of hell match where Drew not only defeated Cody, but we had the return of Mr. Fatu himself, Jacob Fatu. So really 2 questions. Number 1 is, what are your thoughts on that particular match? The other matches were here with title changes, but what do you think about the Cody Drew 3 stages of hell match? What were your thoughts on that?
It was a good match. It was a PLE style match.
It was.
It was really good. And the fact that that it was on a Monday Night Raw. I mean, granted, it was the 1 year of, or not the that wasn't the 1 year.
No, that was SmackDown.
Yeah, it was SmackDown. Yeah, it was on the that SmackDown Friday.
It was the same year. It was the same week as the year anniversary on Netflix, but it was after it was on the SmackDown show.
Yeah. But man, like if SmackDown keeps going the way they are, they're gonna get the numbers over Raw.
Yeah, absolutely.
But dude,
and you don't got to subscribe to watch it, and you don't got to subscribe to watch it either. So
right. Well, I'm good because I think Fatu, there could be he gets his chance.
Yeah,
going up against Drew.
Right. So that leads to and I'm going to ask it different than the other 2. So given this, so we know that Cody has already, at least as of the most recent SmackDown, Cody has said he's the first entrant into the Royal Rumble. Should he win that, he would have won 3 Rumbles, which ties him with Austin, and he'd have won 3 and 4 years, which I think is what Austin did as well. But now with the Jacob Fatu situation, there's always the likelihood of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton. I mean, this is when they are actually in a really good situation. They have 4 or 5 legitimate contenders for either of the world title championship. But who do you think beats Drew? And do you think that? So I'm going to ask it twofold.
Yeah.
Number 1, who do you think beats Drew, and do you think they beat him at WrestleMania? I don't see Drew dropping the title before WrestleMania.
See, I do. I don't think. I think it's going to change hands one more time. I think Fatu.
How about yours? Okay.
I think Fatu will defeat him, and then I'm thinking Cody will defeat Fatu, and Cody is going to go into WrestleMania last second as the champion.
Oh wow!
And then we might get. I think Roman Reigns is going to be. Roman Reigns is going to be in the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns is going to win.
Okay.
I think Cody's going to turn more heel-ish.
Okay.
And then at WrestleMania, we're going to get Reigns versus Cody 3.
Okay.
But only Reigns is going to be the babyface.
Okay. Have you seen is running around social media? I know I sent you the one that talked about was Saved by the Bell, but I saw one today that pointed out it was basically a mock-up of like WWE cards, and it was like of all these former champions. So they pointed out it was Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and John Cena, but the images they put up was, well, for Cena it was Peacemaker, but for Roman Reigns it was Jason Momoa's Aquaman, and then for Cody Rhodes it was Homelander. And I was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. It does make sense. Yeah. And Momoa and Reigns, I think Reigns has said it more often than Momoa, but they've both stated they do get confused with one another. They really do get confused for one another. So I think Reigns has said more often he gets confused with Momoa than Momoa gets called Roman Reigns. That would make sense. But it is very interesting that, the two Samoan brothers get confused with each other. All right, sir. Okay, so here's my last question on the Wanna Wrestle, which is we will fan cast this more in a couple of weeks. I want to get you real quick, just your heart pick, just who you want to see win. So we've got 2 Royal Rumble matches coming up in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We got the Women's Royal Rumble and the Men's Royal Rumble. Just your heart. Don't think too much about it. First, who do you see winning the Women's Royal Rumble? Just a heart pick.
I want Alexa Bliss.
Okay. And then who do you see from a heart standpoint winning the Men's Royal Rumble?
Man, I have a lot of people that I wouldn't mind winning, but I think the person that Chris Jericho.
Okay.
I like you're asking for my heart. Here's my heart. My heart's like Chris Jericho or Jeff Hardy get called in on the Royal Rumble and win it. Can you imagine if like Chris Jericho or Jeff Hardy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do think we'll see the hardest go top. I think we're gonna get a triple threat table ladders and chairs match at WrestleMania with the brother teams of the Hardys, the Lucha Brothers, and the Usos. But since
that'll probably be one of the greatest matches in the wrestling history.
If that comes up, I want people giving me my flowers, but also yes. So here's one more thing before we move off from wrestling as you're talking about this. So remember, SmackDown has a #1 contenders tournament, and in that tournament, in the finals, you have, and I believe it's going to be a fatal 4-way match.
Yeah,
you've got
Trick Williams.
Yep. You've got is it Sami Zayn? You've got Randy Orton, and I thought there was a fourth, and I can't remember.
There is.
Maybe, shoot.
Was it because the Miz? Okay, so Randy beat the Miz.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Trick beat Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn.
Woo.
Yes, Sami Zayn beat Dragunov.
That was a good match too.
That was an extremely good match. So
who are we missing?
I don't know. So I have 2 thoughts on that. Number one is they've talked forever, and they keep mentioning that Sami Zayn wants to be world champion. He will be world champion. So in a fatal 4-way match, what if Sami Zayn? I'm gonna give you 2 different scenarios. You tell which one of these you think could happen. Sami Zayn wins it, challenges Drew McIntyre. Do you think Zayn could beat McIntyre?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
But I don't want Zayn to.
Okay. The other side of it is if Orton, which is who I think will win that match.
Yes,
if Orton wins it, you got Orton versus McIntyre. You pointed out titles changing. Do you see Orton beating Drew McIntyre, or could you see Orton?
My brain didn't go there, Brian. My brain didn't go there, but I want it to because
then that can set up if Cody was somehow to either win the Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. That would set up Cody versus Orton just with the other way. Instead of Cody defending against Orton, Orton defending against Cody.
I love that. Love that.
All right.
Here's a good thing. Do we see LA Knight? Yeah. in the Rumble.
Because he's been conspicuous by his absence. He really has been conspicuous, and I don't think it's well, they wrote him off because he got attacked by the Vision, so they wrote him off television. But if he's not back on this week's Raw, then as I agree with you that I see him because can you imagine the pop when you hear that music of his? I mean, it's perfect for the Rumble, and the Rumble always has a few surprises we can talk about as well. There'll definitely be some TNA people in the Rumble. Now they have that written. You're definitely gonna see,
Joe Hendry.
They're gonna see. I got to say his name. You got to see the Hardys.
Mm-hmm.
You might see, someone like Santana. I mean, there's some really good talent in there, and some of which have a WWE or NXT connection that it would make sense to see them coming up. So I'm excited for the Rumble. I'm not excited for it to be in Saudi Arabia. So it starts at we're Central Time, so it starts at 1 p.m. our area, so middle of the day, watching the Rumble. And you know what? I want to respect culture, but having the women having to be in an hour plus long match, neck to feet, that's gonna be an interesting experience for them. So
well, there's another point that we didn't bring up as well. How many of the superstars, especially on the women's, are gonna go? Because I'm sure that there's some of them that refuse. And like I've been to Saudi Arabia. Okay, let's be real. They do not like America. They like our money. They do not to get political at all, but like they do not like Americans. I mean, and like it works. And yes, I know it's a different world over there, and women are treated way, way, way different. I mean, just a few years ago, a woman couldn't drive on the streets of Saudi Arabia, and we're gonna have a women's Royal Rumble. I mean, it won't be long before we have a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
Right, especially with the amount of money that they're paying. And that had been the WWE's corporate response, and now TKO's response is that having the women go there and the representation of the women in the ring might also cause some, different thought process. But we've also seen, because they've been going to the Middle East now for the past few years. Initially, Sami Zayn refused to go. He now goes. When it first happened, there were quite a few wrestlers, both on the men and women's side, that refused to go, be it for political reasons, be it for it's a super long travel. And again, Sami Zayn was probably the most vocal of it. I think Mick Foley, even though said like if they asked him, he wouldn't go. Roman Reigns didn't go for a while, but I think that was more because he was having a flare of his leukemia, so being that long in the plane, those sorts of things. But you're right. I'm curious if that does change some of the participants. You're right. We will want that without a doubt. Have a WrestleMania it'll be in the Middle East sooner versus later. Probably, we'll see. I mean, they really like having it in Vegas, poor New Orleans. But it wouldn't shock me if we get 43 before 45. So with one of the next three, I could see being in again part of their Saudi Middle East package. I mean,
because it just takes away that element of surprise when a Rumble's in Chicago or when a Rumble's in the States or even Canada. I mean, like like anybody could show up. But when the Rumble is in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh, I mean, like, it's a lot harder, especially incognito, for somebody to get over there and go. I mean, like, you can't hide that. So, we're not going to be there. We're not going to have as many surprises. But.
Right. And just at least logistically, logistically, it's just a harder thing to do. All right, my friend. Well, we're wrapping up Wanna Wrestle, sir. Where do you want to head now, my friend?
All right, let's go ahead and get into this topic of the week. And Brian, explain to us. You had the idea of doing our favorite captains.
Yes.
Our favorite fictional characters.
So here's what we're going to do. So Bradley and I are going to give you our top 10 captains in the world of entertainment. So that can be from television, movies, fiction, even potentially even the real world, but our favorite captains. Now, what does that mean? Depends on your interpretation of the word, the role, the rank of captain. It can be a lot of different things. Bradley and I never discuss our list, but I am curious if we have any overlaps. That'll be a fun thing to talk about of our list. So this week we're going to take a bit of a pause in our super fight, but we're going to do our list, discuss them, and see kind of where we landed. So with that being said, my friend, why don't you lead us off with your captains?
All right, so here's what I did, Brian. And I got 10 captains, and I have 10 different things. So I don't have any duplicates from like Marvel, DC, or anything like that.
Fair.
All right. So I think we'll probably at least have a couple overlap. It might just be the obvious ones, because
even if but there are a few that, given the name, there can still be different individuals, because Captain is like a rank or a title.
Yeah.
Especially when we look at Marvel, DC, and even some stuff in like television movies, you may have multiple people who have played that particular captain. So I am curious where we wind up here. All right, my brother.
All right, man. I'm gonna start at 10.
All right.
And usually I rank Star Wars a lot higher. And I was thinking I had to get Star Wars on here somewhere, right?
I'm sure you did.
And I was thinking, do I say Captain Solo? But you can't, because like he's more Han Solo than he is Captain. And yes, he's Captain of the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
But more people know him as Han Solo than Captain Solo.
And so when he was a little boy and lonely, he was Han Solo.
That's right. Yes.
Please continue. Yes.
So I went to the clone, Captain Rex.
Love
Captain Rex, man. There's my number 10. There's my Star Wars.
Okay.
Then I had to reach into the world of literature.
Okay.
When I'm thinking about literature, and you're thinking about captains. There is one captain in literature. He's 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Nice.
Captain Nemo. A character who there isn't enough done with. There is not enough done with that franchise. You could do so much with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Absolutely.
And as a matter of fact, didn't they just redo something with that? Australia or something did that?
I think so. And I believe there's actually possibly a Nemo movie, not the fish, but the actual... I want to say I thought I saw some that there's actually either a movie or a TV show featuring the Captain Nemo character. By the way, my favorite interpretation of it was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I love that,
100.
and I wanted that to be a spinoff, and I unfortunately didn't get one, but I felt like that would have been perfect. And again, the little Call Me Ishmael from Moby Dick, that was just well done. I thought Nemo was probably my favorite character in that. So,
man,
yeah.
A League of the Extraordinary Gentlemen needs to be remade. It's such a good franchise that could be picked up anywhere, man. I mean,
and if you've read the comics, there's so much there.
Yeah.
I mean,
much.
They very much condense multiple volumes of that comic to give us the members that they gave us.
Yeah.
But there's from lots of literature. So again, James Gunn, if you're listening, and we know you are, that might be something to take. Like, DC's got the money. Like, just jump into this. Just jump into it. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Next, representing Disney.
Okay.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Hey.
Yes. Man, the pirate Captain Jack Sparrow. I almost went with Captain Barbossa, because Jeffrey Rush is amazing, but how do you fight against?
What are you doing?
Right, man.
You doing? Yes.
And then I just realized I have two pirates on my cap, but that's okay.
Fair.
That's okay.
That is absolutely fair.
That's fine. Captain Jack Sparrow is fantastic.
In the movies, he said he could be a Commodore in the second movie. You can be Commodore Barbossa. So I think but yeah, I got to tell you, especially as the series and the franchise went on, Barbossa absolutely became my favorite character.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is in at World's End when Will and Elizabeth Swann are asking him to marry, and they're fighting, and as he's sword fighting the folks from the Jolly Roger, and he actually the Flying Dutchman, and he actually is doing the bows. And I was like, that is just so amazing. So
yeah,
and not to mention Jeffrey Rush is one of the ones that, I mean, come on, Casanova, Frankenstein, Jeffrey Rush is fantastic. So absolutely. So all right, so I got you down for Captain Jack Sparrow. Number 7, my friend.
Man, so I went to Star Trek because there's a lot of good captains.
Oh, this is what I was waiting on. Who did you pick, man?
Okay, so I'm thinking here, like, who do you pick from Star Trek?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, technically you could pick Spock, but Spock's not known as captain because, so, I mean, there is Jean-Luc Picard.
Captain, I mean, there's several that become a captain, yeah.
But when you're looking at the most iconic captain in Star Trek, you have to go with the one that was born in Iowa, in Riverside, Iowa, the future birthplace of Captain James Tiberius Kirk.
Okay, so I'm asking you, Shatner or Chris Pine?
I have to go Shatner.
You gotta go Shatner, right?
You have to. I mean, Chris Pine does a great job. I mean, and also there's the guy from Strange New Worlds as well that plays him too.
Yes, very true. Very true.
But I kind of fell off Strange. I haven't watched it. I didn't finish the same. So I do want to go at some point, and I do want to watch them all and binge them all. But
did you watch Section 31 or whatever?
I did. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
I've heard it was horrible. That's why I haven't watched it. I've heard it was really bad. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. After Captain James T. Kirk, this is probably the most famous captain in the history of captains.
Okay.
All right. This guy, he's all dressed in blue, and he's got a little crunch to him. Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch is the most iconic captain in the history of captains. Now, am I wrong?
Okay, so remember I told you that me and my son were having a discussion when I hopped on the pod earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get to my list shortly, but I will tell you, Captain Crunch is not on my list. He was baffled why Captain Crunch, like that was like he was trying last minute give me to add Captain Crunch.
Dude,
and I was like, probably he's standing right off camera right here. But yes, it was totally.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna hand it to him. Hang on, here you go.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know how baffling this is. At the end of the day, this is among the top. Oh, sorry, let me get the camera over here. It's in his top 3 cereals. Top 3 cereals.
Top 3.
Of course, Captain Crunch should be in everybody's top 3.
And then you got Captain Crunch on your list?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did have the captain. All right.
Yeah.
He saved you. You know, it's like he went down, and you cast the heal spell on him, and he's back. You got the cereal for him. It was like a ration pack. You're like, he's shot. He needs help.
He found the berries.
Yep,
he found the berries.
Found the berries.
He found the berries. And here's the thing. Like Captain Crunch is. Captain Crunch is one of those that I was almost for certain that we were gonna have the same.
So I will. Okay, I'm gonna just because I want to not completely lose my point here. Remember though, it's not Captain Crunch.
It's Captain
Crunch.
Captain.
But we all know it's the captain. We all know.
Yeah,
so yes. So right. So again, I still like my list, but the more I'm talking between you and Brendan, I was remiss. Captain Crunch should have been on my list. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. My number 5 is Captain Adam. I had to go with my DC guy, Captain Adam.
Yes.
There's a few from DC that I was thinking about Captain Cold because I mean he's like one of the best. And honestly, man, like Legends of Tomorrow treated him very, very well.
Very well.
I mean, he was a lesser known character until then.
Yeah, I think Legends did really good by him. I think they did really good by Firestorm. They did really good.
Oh, Firestorm's getting his own ongoing comic coming up March, I think. March or April,
And I've shared it before, Firestorm is one of my favorite. One of probably outside of like the big ones like, Spider-Man, Batman, obviously. Like that next level down character. The one I really was most fascinated with was Firestorm. And so Firestorm's always been a fan. I personally like the Ronnie and Doc Martin version of the Matrix, but Jason Roush is also really cool as well. So, but yeah, I really think it's cool that Firestorm gets some love. All right, sir.
All right, my number 4 pick here. I mean, you can't do all these captains without the Captain Hook from Neverland, man. You're talking about the Jolly Roger. You got to have Captain Hook.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Captain Hook's just iconic. One of the first ones that you think about. My number 3, representing Hanna-Barbera, Captain Caveman.
All right.
I mean, I used to watch that cartoon so much.
Yes, sir.
Man, they brought him back in that Scoob movie, I think it was.
Yep.
And the fact that we have not gotten a Captain Caveman movie is a travesty in itself. The fact that we haven't had any new Scoob, I guess they're working on a live action TV series on Netflix.
Yeah.
But like, we need more Scooby-Doo in the world because Scooby-Doo makes everybody feel better.
I fell in love with I was first introduced with Captain Caveman, good pick, during the old Cartoon Express. And they gave us those shows from the 70s and the 80s. And it was Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels. And I remember just thinking that was so flipping cool.
How was that not a movie today?
Yeah. And of all the things that we're seeing remade and just how we've not gotten, especially in a world with the great level of CGI that we have, and it would have to be Jack Black. It would have to be Jack Black. You know, because he's a singer, he could pull off that Captain Cave. I can't do it, but his yell, he could do it. So again, Jack Black, if you're listening, and we know you are, dude, get a script.
Blue Falcon needs to come back.
Yes. Donald Mutt, you punished us with the Anaconda movie, so please give us Captain Cave. All right, my brother. Next up.
All right, I got 2 left here. I think with process of elimination, after I say this, you'll probably figure out what my number 1 is. Number 2, Captain Planet.
Okay.
No other reason. It was just the second one that I thought of, and so that's why I put him in number 2.
Gotcha.
Now, my final, I think it's an easy one. It is Captain America, but I went to my Captain America is not.
I was curious who you would pick. Okay, I knew you'd be on your list. I'm curious which version. Okay.
All right, I'm saying Bucky Barnes. Captain America, Bucky Barnes. This is my.
Nice. Okay.
I just feel like he's got all the Captain America in him, but he's also been on the other side. Steve Rogers is an amazing character, but he lacks flaws. He's been perfect. He was the perfect soldier. He's the perfect American, which there is no such thing as a perfect American.
Sure.
You know, perfect. Bucky Barnes is not. Sam Wilson is not. Every other Isaiah Bradley is not. All these other Captain Americas are good because of their imperfections. And that is what I love about it. I'm okay that we never get a Captain America Bucky Barnes live action because they've done too much with Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, anything.
Sure.
Thunderbolts, New Avengers, whatever. But, man, yes, Bucky Barnes, Captain America.
Gotcha. Love it. Okay. So we have 5 that have the same title. 4 that are the exact same character.
Okay.
All right, so we do differ on one is the version, which you can probably guess which one that is. All right, so I'm going to start out, but you know what? We pulled from a lot of the same material. Just pulled some, again, things that had multiple captains. We just went a couple different ways. So I'm going to start with my list. So number 1, number 10, also, I got to go in the world of Star Wars. You know, Star Trek, you know, I'm a big Star Trek fan, but I can't go Kirk while he may be the captain you want to go out for a beer with. If I'm facing down an armada, there's only one captain I want calling those orders. I want to be his number 1, maybe even his number 2, is Jean-Luc Picard. So Captain Picard is my number 10. Number 9, I love this character just because he has one of my favorite moments and scenes in a movie. It was when he was the person that every year you can depend on him to defeat aliens during the summer. All he was trying to do was go to a barbecue, but he's in the desert pulling this alien with his dreadlocks hanging out of his parachute. But he ain't mad. He ain't mad, and you damn sure better keep his wife's name out of your mouth. I'm going with Captain Stephen Hiller, played by Will Smith in the Judgment Day movie.
Now, Brian,
yes.
Right now, Will Smith is trying to go pull to pull, if you know what I mean.
Have you watched that yet?
I haven't. It's on my queue, though.
The first episode was really good. I haven't gone any further. The first episode is that he really has to trek across the South Pole. And by the way, the reason that, take a quick side quest, he actually talks at the very first episode about why he was doing the show, and talks about he had a gentleman that he knew in his personal life that really wasn't explored, that he is using this way to kind of reconnect with the mentor. And when he goes to the South Pole, he tries to be funny Will Smith, and he has a guide there who very quickly, between the elements, basically Will Smith goes, I need to stop joking around, and he just gives him a look like, absolutely, like we can really die out here. And he took it. I mean, there's still moments. Yeah. Obviously, they have a film crew there, so it's not just these two people trekking across the Antarctic wasteland, as you call it, wasteland. But also, you get to learn so much about it. And I will tell you this: that Antarctica is two things, and it has these two things that are so, you would think not would be the same thing, but they is. Antarctica is, number one, the coldest place on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It is also, well, I'll say I'm lying to you. Well, it is the coldest place on Earth, but it's two things from how they say it in the show. Antarctica is at the same time that it is the largest source of water in the world. It is also the largest desert in the world.
I did know that, yeah.
Because it's based on rainfall. So it never gets warm enough for the snow to melt. So it's dry. And both Will Smith and the guy talk about, because there's no moisture in the air, you actually dehydrate every time you breathe in Antarctica.
Jeez.
Like your body, you're expelling more hydration than you're inhaling. So every breath in Antarctica actually dehydrates you. So to see, and so I got to give at least the first episode of Pole to Pole, if you know what I'm saying. It was well done. It was very well done. So,
excellent.
All right. So number 8 for me. You know what? I couldn't do this list without this person being listed. Because you know what? Sometimes he's getting a little too old for this, which is Danny Glover as Captain Murtaugh in my second favorite Christmas movie, Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Now, this is where our list begins to sort of kind of intersect. My number 7 is Captain America. I almost went Isaiah Bradley. I almost went Sam Wilson. And yes, I almost went Bucky Barnes. But at the end of the day, sometimes you guys go with the OG. So my Captain America for this list is Captain Steve Rogers.
Which is also a separate character as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah, you got a twofer.
Absolutely. Yes. So there's Captain Steve and after Captain America.
I mean, Will Smith got a twofer on the pole to pole too, right?
Yeah. All right. Next up, from the world of literature, I'm going to go Captain Hook, but I'm actually going Captain Hook from the movie Hook. I just always loved Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
I always loved Dustin Hoffman as playing Hook.
Man, Dustin Hoffman has two characters that I think he'll always be remembered for, and that's going to be the Hook and Rain Man.
And I would say he's even got a third in Tootsie. I would say in Tootsie, that's also incredibly legendary. All right, next up, okay, we're both about the same age. We grew up with this character, of course. When our powers combined, we have Captain Planet. Another one that could be done again for a updated version as well. We've probably all seen the screenshots of what they thought was going to do a lot, and they're horrible. So please don't give us that, but make us a good Captain Planet. Now, this is where you and I totally divested. While I had to pull from Star Wars as well. I actually, even though he's not called this, he does have the rank. So my number 4 is, Captain Solo. Captain Solo. Number 3, again, our lists are very similar. Number 3, Captain Caveman.
Same spot too.
Yes, Captain number 2. I was really surprised this did not make your list. Captain Marvel. There are so many versions of great characters named Captain Marvel, but I'll let you respond.
So the reason why she didn't or he didn't is because I wanted to only have one person from each franchise.
Gotcha.
So it was like, do I do Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel does produce more of the comic, or Captain America? And then I'm like, well.
Well, I got even another one for you. While I did do Captain Marvel, I did not pick the Marvel Captain Marvel. I went DC's Captain Marvel. So I went, as some of you may know him as Shazam, which to me, all respect with the various Marvel versions of Captain Marvel, but to me, Captain Marvel will always be Shazam. So I went with that. And then number 1, where is the rum? Why is the rum gone? My absolute favorite of these captains, because when I think about captains, my head goes to a pirate. So got to be a leader, got to be a swashbuckler, got to be this kind of rogue, dastardly person, but with a good heart. And by the fact he got to hang out with Keira Knightley a lot, I'm going with Captain Jack Sparrow. Also because he probably called himself captain more than anybody else on either of our lists. I had to go with Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp.
Oh, 100%. And this will actually be an interesting conversation we can have too sometime. Is what characters that actors will always be remembered for?
Yes.
And that is definitely Johnny Depp. The first character you think of for when you think of Johnny Depp is going to be Captain Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, absolutely.
All right. Well, that was a great list.
Yep. Just real quick, there'd be some. I love that idea. That would be really difficult to do for someone like, obviously the Godfather of this show, Samuel Jackson. But also we talked about Gary Oldman, Liam Neeson, Dustin Hoffman. I mean, like some of the people we talked about, Morgan Freeman. Like, if you imagine like the most iconic roles that people could be in, that would be a great list to run through.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
We're going to put some thought into that one because I think that might be a good one.
That'll be fun.
All right, next we are going to do Totally Not Canon, where the lore ends and our nonsense begins. This is the part of the show where we take your favorite characters, break continuity over our knee, and imagine what they've really been up to between issues, movies, and timelines. No rules, no approvals, zero canon. Brian, are you ready to get weird here, buddy?
Let's break it. Let's break it.
I had a couple of ideas based on some of the captains that are out there, right? We figured we'll strike up a conversation here. The first one, I got a Captain Planet pitch that I want your help with as well.
Okay.
I want to call this Battle of the Captain Planet. But instead of just one Captain Planet on Earth, there's a Captain Planet for every planet that has, but they all have to fight each other.
Yes.
To reign supreme, however you want to do it. Yes. What do we think about that? How can you build on that little idea there, buddy?
Well, I love the fact that we could play it as the universe we're in is alive, right? And we just say play with the solar system. So if we go back through mythology, when back in the day, the sun was not only thought to be the center of the universe, but there's various cultures and religions that the sun is a god. So let's say that's what happens is the sun god has decided that only one planet should survive. He's tired of, or they are tired of life. So what you have now is, I guess we now have 8 planets in our solar system. Pluto's, I think, a moon now. But anyway, you have the embodiment of each one of those planets in our solar system. So Mercury, Venus, Mars, obviously Earth. And so what you begin to do, and this will make a really good series, is that you need your champions to really give life to who will be the embodiment of Earth. So you can still do it similar to what you've done before. You can say the embodiment of Earth has heart, air, water, wind, fire. But things like, since Mercury is so close to the sun, then Mercury is literally living fire versus whatever be the furthest most planet might be walking, talking ice. Jupiter because it's so huge to be a giant. Saturn because it's got that storm that we always know. Maybe it's a cyclops. So you could really play with the war. Is just that. Maybe taken from the god of war, Ares or Mars, depending on which philosophy you fall under. That could be your war planet. So I think definitely Venus again could be the more of a female goddess type. But I think you could definitely play with that.
What would Uranus be?
I'm gonna leave it alone, sir. Yeah.
I know I'm an ass. I know.
Yeah. No, some combination of Bryce Dallas Howard and Florence Pugh probably. Okay. Yeah. Oh, did you know that before she got uber famous, Florence Pugh was actually dating Zach Braff from Scrubs?
Really?
They were together for a long time.
Wow.
They were together for a long time. But it was like a 20+ year age difference. So they were together for a fairly long time, which again proves that, hey, these ain't no scrub. So, all right, sir. So that's how I would do it. I would have the embodiment of those, and then they have some type of global interstellar battle, and it's decide who which planet is gonna be sustained. So that would be my thing. So yeah,
I like it. And that should definitely be a comic book series. Okay, next I have. We've done this before. We traded somebody from Marvel to DC and DC to Marvel.
Sure.
So what would you think if we took Captain Atom from DC and we are gonna switch places with Captain Marvel? So now there's two Captain Marvels on DC, no Captain Marvel in Marvel, but you got Captain Atom.
Yes.
Who does Captain Atom fight? Is he gonna be good, bad? What do you think? And likewise, how would Captain Marvel? You can do any interpretation of Captain Marvel as you like.
Okay.
How does it play and how does it affect?
Okay. So this is how I would do it. So I gotta think a couple good ideas here. So let's start with taking Captain Atom from DC and sending Captain Atom over to the MCU.
Because really, DC is not using it.
Correct. So Captain Nathaniel Atom, one of my favorite characters overall. And again, a very underused character.
Yeah.
Very powerful. So again, not sure why he's underused so much. Can you imagine? Is that he would be absolutely in a world that SHIELD still exists. He works for SHIELD. Okay. He actually, but let's introduce to the Marvel to the MCU we have currently with the movies. So he actually winds up going to the Marvel universe. But how about this, folks? You have to be a good guy or a bad guy. He thinks he's a good guy, but he actually falls under the command of Delafontaine, as she has taken over the New Avenger /Ox. So the Julia Louis-Dreyfus character. So she is the head of the CIA. She is telling about SHIELD was corrupt. We got these rampant Avengers. The president turned into a red rage monster. We don't know what's going on, so I need you to be part of the new Avengers, the Thunderbolts, but you really report to me. And that would make a lot of sense, because if you think about with the new Avengers /Thunderbolts, the most powerful member of that group is Sentry, who isn't accessing his powers because Bob doesn't want to bring the Void. So you could build that where eventually what we're going to have is Captain Atom versus the Sentry. And that becomes the super fight at the end of a movie with that. So that would I would introduce him. I would have the first person he meets is Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character. He joins the CIA. In fact, I would even maybe make that the canon. If he started from scratch, he was a CIA agent that they do the experiment on. He gets the metal skin, he's got a power, and he works for her. And he has a rampant distrust of the Thunderbolts. And he's really her inside person, her mold, if you will, to build to Sentry versus Captain Atom. And I think that would be the super fight I would build in with that.
All right. I love it. I got one more.
All right, sir.
I want to hear your take on, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. What if MLK was Captain America.
I love it. I love it. I love it. In my head, he's more Mr. Terrific than Captain America, but I love this. I love this idea.
There's a lot of possibilities here because I'm just thinking in my head when I came up, I'm like, ooh, oh my gosh. The fact that Marvel hasn't done anything like this is kind of.
I think that would be fantastic. Again, and I would really not pull any point. I would make this as realistic as possible, meaning he's a civil rights leader. But I don't even watch the show The Boondocks. The Boondocks is a great episode regarding Martin Luther King. It is absolutely fantastic. So anyone in our viewing audience, you can see the entire Boondocks series on HBO. You can check out the Martin Luther King episode regarding, I think it's a season 2 episode. I could be right. It's season 1 or season 2. Regardless of that, so you have Martin Luther King imprisoned. They experiment him very similar to Isaiah Bradley's character. I mean, there's some great parallels there. Dr. King survives the experiments, becomes the super soldier, but because Dr. King authentically was a follower of pacifism and nonviolence and the works of Gandhi, that if you have the super soldier who chooses not to fight, and they're consistently trying to draw him into the fight, and him trying, almost like in Age of Ultron, where Scarlett Johansson's character, the Black Widow, is speaking to Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, and goes that, you know, the guy that tries to avoid the fight because he knows he can win it, they could play off that theme with him, of him choosing not to do that, but ultimately, because this is fiction, he has to eventually stand up for his principles. And do we actually have him pick up the shield? And maybe you even play it a little bit more, as I'm spitballing this. Instead of giving him a shield, they give him a gun, and he refuses to use it. And what he eventually picks up, instead of a gun or a sword, which Marvel already has played with this with the agencies, he does pick up a shield, because the shield is used to protect people, not assault people, or attack people. So that's what I would do. And I think you could. I'm just thinking about Dr. King in a really cool red, white, and blue suit and costume uniform. I think that would be cool. So yes, and that could be. Could you imagine? I mean, you could play with. So I mean, again, anybody with Marvel, if you just want to make it a one shot, talk to the King family, and if you did it respectfully, I think that would be a really powerful Elseverse, or whatever you want to call it, or what if, I guess what it would be under Marvel, to do a comic regarding that. So yeah, that's a great call out.
I don't even think you make it a what if. You said it in the 60s. You make it canon. You make it 100% canon.
I love it
as a one shot.
I love it.
All right, man. That's what I had for my totally not canon for you today, and now it's some game time for you.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'm gonna dust off the same plot, new characters, because I was watching the movie the other day, and I gotta give this one to Brad as the same plot, new character. So we haven't done one of these for a while.
Okay.
So with the same plot, new character, the idea of this is I'm gonna take a movie that we both have watched multiple times. I'm 100% sure of this. And I'm going to give you the plot of it, but taking the same actors and actresses who are in the film, using references to their other items in their filmography. So, same plot, new characters, and I'm going to see if you can figure out what film this is. So when you're ready, sir, I will give you the plot.
I'm ready. I'm going to take some notes.
All right. It's inconceivable how good this movie is. It features an expendable former astronaut who always sees red. Driven by a desire to never cop out, he begins to moonlight as an alpha dog, protecting a sinful city. Supported by his folk singer wife, who always reminds him to run if there's trouble, our hero faces evil and vows to fight them to the pain. His partner in fighting crime provides timely advice, such as following the rules of engagement, understanding that there is a time to kill, and explaining the power of mace. Together, their exploits go down in history, some fact, some fiction.
Okay. Read it to me again.
Absolutely. It's inconceivable how good this movie is, featuring an expendable former astronaut who always sees red. Driven by a desire to never cop out, he begins to moonlight as an alpha dog, protecting a sinful city. Supported by his folk singer wife, who always reminds him to run when he's in trouble. Our hero faces evil and vows to fight them to the pain. His partner in fighting crime provides timely advice, such as following the rules of engagement, understanding that there is a time to kill, and explaining the power of mace. Together, their exploits go down in history, some fact, some fiction.
Is this Unbreakable?
Ding, ding, ding.
Man, I almost said Glass there for a second, but I'm like, wait a second.
It was close. All right, so let me break it down for you.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so it's inconceivable. That is a reference to The Princess Bride. Princess Buttercup and The Princess Bride is played by Robin Wright.
Yeah.
An expendable former astronaut. Bruce Willis is in the Expendables movies. Also in Armageddon, he is an astronaut. He who always sees red. So twofold. In both Unbreakable, he sees red, and also he was in the movie Red and Red 2. Driven by a desire to never cop out, his movie with Tracy Morgan, he begins to moonlight. He got started moonlight with Sybil Shepherd, and he stars in the movies Alpha Dog and Sin City, that I refrain as Sinful City. Supported by his folk singer wife, again, Robin Wright played a folk singer in Forrest Gump, and in that same movie, she reminded Forrest that whenever there's trouble, to always run. Our hero faces evil and vows to fight them to the pain, another reference back to The Princess Bride. His partner in fighting crime gives timely advice, such as following the rules of engagement, understanding a time to kill. Both of those are movies featuring Samuel Jackson, and explaining the power of mace, hence Mace Windu from Star Wars. And together the exploits go down in history, some fact, some fiction. My personal favorite movie that Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis are in together, Pulp Fiction. So great job, my friend. Great job, my friend.
All right. Thank you. Brian, do you have an honest ad?
I do. So Bradley, did you know that today is National Winnie the Pooh Day?
I did not.
So, given that it is National Winnie the Pooh Day.
Oh, I did. I saw your Facebook post.
Yes. So I am going to give you the honest ad on one Winnie or Eddie the Pooh. All right, here we go. He lives in the woods and it's all good. He doesn't need money, but he is here for the honey. Rocking his red shirt without any bottoms. If you look too closely, you'll see his third column. He loves his friends, especially Kanga and Roo. However, you won't find this bear ever locked in a zoo. He roams free, always looking for trouble. Obeying the rules is such a struggle. He often says, "Oh bother," when considering his lot, but he knows all secrets can be found in the honey pot. On this day we remember all the lessons we've learned from you, the one, the only, Winnie the Pooh.
Well
my honest
done.
ad on Winnie the Pooh.
Well done. I love it. All right, Brian. Hey, don't forget to like, share, do all the things.
Yes, sir.
Brian, are you ready for your words of wisdom?
Before I get to that, I gotta give you my better excuse of the week.
Oh,
so
yeah, I got that too.
We already mentioned the person a couple times in the pod. So absolutely, given this time of year, especially the way that our world, our country is going, we need his words of wisdom more than probably we have in a long, long time. So obviously, my better excuse of the week is the one, the only Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. My friend, who is yours?
I got 3 of them this week. One, I got MLK with you, man, because we're not here without there. And,
absolutely.
I did a cool interview conversation with a wonderful person, Anomaly Rambles, from TikTok. That episode will be out on Wednesday as well. And today is also my brother's birthday.
Hey.
My big Jim E.
That is awesome.
And he's not going to pick up that reference. Jimmy, that is a wrestler.
Yes.
You need to start watching the WWE so you can be like your big brother. Yes. Oos. All right, man. All right, Brian, what are your words of wisdom?
My words of wisdom are, as always, first off, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for joining us for what is the best part of our week. And as you go out to your week, please remember these powerful words of wisdom. First up, never give up, never surrender, and Goonies, never say die.
All right. Well, never meet your heroes, especially if they tweet. And if it requires a spreadsheet, it's already way too serious. Bye-bye. Oh, gosh, I forgot the closing. Well, that's it for this episode of Bat Signals from the Multiverse. But the signal doesn't stop here. Join us for the open signal, where you jump into conversation, bring your takes, and help steer the chaos. And keep an eye out for emergency beacons or live rapid response episodes focus on the fandom at a time. You'll also find clips all week on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, so follow, like, comment, and share to help the signal reach across the multiverse. 5-star review goes a long way too. We'll light the signal again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, folks.